We're looking at the new product. I think of this as the new product, which our viewers can't see, the XC90 over here. I've actually driven it. We've done a review on it, and it's been a very successful car for you. But now you've got a sedan for Volvo customers to choose from. How much will this change your sales in 2016?
It will be, especially in the US market and in China, that the two big sedan markets, and there we have previously not really had a full premium alternative to customers. So that I think is very positive, because now we can go out to sedan customer and say, now also you can buy a Volvo and get what is expected to get from a Volvo, and that will help us in the turnaround in the US, of course.
And China, I mean, still is your biggest market. You sold, I think, 85,000 or so cars there. Are you concerned about the turmoil in China's stock market over the last couple of weeks?
No, not that concerned, and I think it's important to remember we're talking about here the Chinese mainland stock market, which is, I think, is not totally an open free market like Hong Kong. So I mean, there you will have fluctuations based more on speculations, but of course it's a bit disturbing, but I think also it's important for us to understand that China cannot grow enormously fast every year. So I think we will see China as a more normal market, and we can very well live with that, especially as we are rather small. So our challenge is not to grow with the market. Our challenge is to introduce new cars, establish ourselves as a premium brand in China, and take market share.
So you need to grow much faster than the market, and I think it's safe to say that you plan on that this year. What kind of growth are you expecting in the U.S. for 2016, and when will the U.S. market eclipse your Chinese market?
Yeah, we haven't quantified exactly, but this year we took a step forwards with 24%, I think, reaching 70. But I mean, go back 10 years, Volvo in the U.S. was much stronger. So I think our midterm objective here is to get back to 100,000 cars. I think that is what our retailers need, and that's what the brand needs. And this year, 2016, we will take a big step towards that goal, and we do that, of course. Now we have a full year of the XC90 crossover, and we have a half year with the new beautiful sedan reaching new customer segments, and that's really how we are going to grow our shares.
You've had fantastic tailwind. I mean, you've got the low gas prices here, you got low interest rates, you got falling unemployment, and you have the Swedish kroner because most of the cars that are being sold here, almost all of them, are made in Sweden, right? You're still going to build a U.S. factory, though. Why?
Long term, I think, of course, it's very favorable to have some good years with a weak krona and a strong dollar, but then some years later it strikes back. So I think we need stability, and I mean a retail organization also have to see some more stability. They cannot just make money a couple of years and then lose. So the best way of doing that is, of course, with natural hedging, and then that is producing locally. But it's not just producing. So I think we will really strive to be a domestic player in the US. US should be a home market. I mean, of course, continue selling, producing cars, but also sourcing in the US, and I would say also develop much more technology together with American suppliers.
But you've got to keep your Swedishness. I mean, those who've seen the XC90, you know, you've got that little Swedish flag sewn in and very Swedish design. You've got to keep a hold of that, don't you, even as you move to produce in the US?
Absolutely. So, I mean, there is no contradictions. I mean, we have to produce our cars in Belgium, China, US, but they are still Volvo. So the core of Volvo is, of course, still Scandinavian, is still Swedish, and we have to build on our heritage. I think that's very important. You cannot just reinvent the company and find out new strengths. So our strength has always been human-centric, a car that protects what's important for you, safety, environmental performance, and now I think also we want to deliver more and more a car you can be proud of. I mean, what's wrong with a fantastic Scandinavian design, and who should deliver Scandinavian design if not Volvo?